All right, Zath. Let's have a look over these lineups.
Hmm,
You ready for game two?
I am. Are
Let's
you?
do it. Let's do it. Talk to me about the '07 lineup. Let's have a look at this green team.
All right, Team Green is bringing once again Shikishima and Ohio, so they want all the big guns all the time. They've
Mm-hmm.
got triple Moskva, which is interesting. They just want to point the bow and not have to worry. And then for destroyers, we've got dual Marceau, Ragnar, and a Daring.
Okay. From the south, Bonks has fielded a Conqueror in Ohio. That feels familiar. Goliath, Salem, and Zath. Am I reading this right? 5 destroyers this game. Daring,
I
Harugumo,
mean,
Vampire, Deuce, and double Ragnar.
sometimes you just gotta spot a boy.
Sometimes apparently you just want all the spotting and all the guns because really, Zath, none of these are torpedo destroyers, are they?
No, they aren't. So I mean, in a sense, we're gonna miss out on this whole like just following torpedoes and seeing if they hit kind of a mini game.
Now I just saw all our Hulk fire his main battery. I wonder why. Are we? I mean, are we looking at a restart? I don't think so. Nobody's stopped yet.
I think he was just clearing his throat.
Okay, that's interesting. Odd choice there. Let's look at some early deployments. So Bonks is really going all in on cap control. Like you bring this many destroyers, this is what you got to do.
Hmm.
Daring and Goliath and Ohio all headed to C. The double Ragnars look like they're going to work B. Harugumo kind of out there with them. In fact, we've got a Harugumo and a Ragnar all the way up on the F line, kind of hanging around the bottom of the B cap. Vampire Deuce, Salem, and Conqueror headed over towards A. '07 looks like their big play is going to come over at the C cap. They look like the Ohio, the Moskva, that's Peyton and John, look like they're probably going to, my assumption is they're kind of holding action, much like we saw them '07 play this map from this spawn earlier, kind of get over here, do a little kiting, try to keep these guys from pushing through A2 quickly.
Yeah, and our Hulk being pushed back by Shikishima guns. Drix is now being shot at. This is what you expect. Battleships get spotted early. They get fired at early. No, no surprise there. Uh, it's weird though to see so many destroyers on the side of Bonks. Um, They're gonna have to really work that to their advantage if they can. Maybe get a 3 destroyer hit squad going or something along those lines.
Well, we've been seeing 4 destroyer compositions pretty regular today. Like that's been, let's say, the norm, right? And
Mhm,
and now Bonks is kind of one upping at saying, well, 4, let's go 5. What's one more at this point, right? Um,
mhm.
and they, they've folded a Ragnar into their lineup, which, as you and I have discussed, is almost more of a little tiny light cruiser than it is a destroyer, if we're honest.
Absolutely.
But at the same time, if you can have this many destroyers on the board, man, you got to get cap control. You got to hold it. Um, right now, not quite there yet, but it is still early. We're barely 3 minutes into this game. As you see Dyer there taking some salvos from Pieces of Pizza's Marceau.
That's right. A little bit of a Ragnar Marceau duel with some Shikishima guns coming in for effect, because why the heck not?
Calling it a duel was a little unfair. Dyer never fired back, not once. He was content to let Pieces do the shooting and stay lit while he just snuck away.
I wonder if the result of that last battle is making Bonks get a little bit conservative with HP trades early on.
Maybe. I mean, they have to play a little conservative simply because with bringing 5 destroyers, they start down health. And on top of that, they brought in, they brought a Conqueror, which is not exactly the healthiest battleship. She is she has a lot of longevity if you play her right and you play her cautiously, but she doesn't bring a whole lot of base health, let's say.
Yes. Boom Diata now and the Vamp Deuce detected at A. Uh, he did get the cap, but it's going to cost him probably half his hit points by the time it's all said and done.
I don't know. We'll see. He's burning, but the follow-up Moss Vasallos have not been that effective just yet.
Mm.
Another Moss Vasalvo coming in from astern. That one a little more effective.
Mm-hmm.
as he finally goes dark.
Yeah, that fire burnt out. He did not DCP as Boom Diata's engine is still broken.
Whole lot of hate going in on Eagle Lance right now as well. He must have gotten lit. He and the Harugumo seem to have sniffed out each other briefly as well. Now look at the board, Zath. You see it now. Bonks has managed to pick up
All
every
three.
cap circle now.
Mm-hmm.
5 minutes gone. Bonks out to a 60-point lead and growing. They own all the caps.
Now, not only are we looking at all the cap circles, look at all the 07 ships. Once again, all of their butts are facing the middle of the map. They're all pointed away,
Indeed.
except for one Marceau, that's Pizza,
Oh,
and the
Vivi.
Moskva.
Look at Vivi at B. Gotta negotiate it. Not gonna do it. Taking two.
2 torpedoes.
Oh, that is really, really bad because Vivi's lit
And
as well.
and detected, yeah.
Yep,
That's right.
he sailed right into somebody's detection bubble right as he did it. They're gonna lose this ship, Zath. That is a
Oh,
huge
yeah.
mistake.
That's an easy pick.
Huge mistake there. Bonks can't afford to gift these guys a ship just like last game. 07 gift wrapping a ship, handing it to their team. Here you see Bonks doing the same thing. Ouch.
Ouch indeed. Now, Eagle Lance coming under additional fire because he tried to support his teammate.
Yep, he did the right thing. I mean, you got to get that kill while you can. Especially a ship like Ragnar that's got heals. He can afford to give up a little bit of health.
That's right.
You see why, though, Zath. You were talking about why are they all turned around. And yet, I think Vivi's play there, it kind of shows you why. If he had been reversing up to the cap, he would have been in a much better position to dodge and weave and find his way out of those torpedo salvos. Instead, because he was bow in, was much more difficult. Ragnar doesn't handle all that well. She is vulnerable to torpedo salvos.
Well, and 07 typically plays the long game. They take their time, they wait for the enemy to make a mistake, and then they capitalize on it. You see how fast that guy went down once he was detected. As quick as they could turn their turrets. Boink.
Yeah, Fryce knew, like, he just took 2, find him, kill him, right? They knew.
Right. Now, while all this has been going on, John the Ruthless is down to 12,000 hit points. Now he's healing up, but he must have gotten smacked by, God, everybody?
I'm guessing so. I'm guessing it's a combination of Testers, Salem, and either that or the Conqueror's been just firing HE on him. They've been pouring the HE in on him, then yeah, I could see it.
This game, though, right now, it's coming up all 07. Ship lead, cap lead, points lead.
They don't have a points lead, Zach.
I'm sorry, not points lead. That's right.
They have a ship lead, but that's it. They're down 250 points and continuing to fall behind because they have no map control for the moment. If Bonks can keep them off the maps, keep them off the caps long enough and make them desperate, then potentially that could change. For now, though, it looks like they're going to be able to break into C.
Triarch did get into C. He was detected for a little bit, no longer detected, as Addy is now spotted and being shot at. But look at Pizza. Pizza is being rotated in as well to make sure that it gets capped.
Yeah, they want to make doubly sure here.
Fryce is going to reverse into B.
In fact, I think we might even see a bit of Marceau running down Daring. We saw some of that in a previous round on this map. I believe was it just the SCCC game that we just did, Zath?
I think you're right.
Yeah. 07 now finally picking up C, trying to get into B. They cannot see Fryce. They're fishing blindly. The Harugumo shells just going out there looking for him as Dyer's Ragnar moving up on the bottom end of the cap, presumably wants to bring his radar to bear.
I mean, it makes sense. You got to have somebody for Nagato to shoot at while he's sitting in smoke and safe.
Indeed. B contested.
There's the radar from the Moskva, Elgar.
Yep. There's Elgar's radar, but Elgar doesn't really have good shots on Dyer. There was an island in the way. Fryce has some shots, though. Dyer's going to give up some HP for this.
Now, Boom Diata is detected and trying to shoot into Elgar a little bit. There's a big hit on Dyer from the Ohio.
Yep. Dyer taking a good hit from Peyton's Ohio. Vampire Deuce leaving smoke for his Ragnar teammate. This is actually really nice teamwork. 07 does pick up the B cap along the way during all the chaos, but they're still 300 points behind. 10 minutes to play.
Look at our Hulk's Conqueror just
Yeah.
shoving through A like that.
Yeah. I keep wondering if Eagle Lance, well, it's not, I'm sorry. For some reason, I thought Eagle Lance was in a Marceau. I'm like, if I'm in a Marceau, I might just go after that guy and wipe him out. But unfortunately, Eagle Lance is in a Ragnar, which of course has no torpedoes.
Right.
'07 still up on health. I don't. Their board position to me, Zath, feels less comfortable than it did in previous games. I think the B cap is still. I think their hold on the B cap is still a little softer than they would wish.
Well, sure, but I mean, they just need to continue pushing down the C cap, and then they can rotate too. Now look at Frice! Look at Frice! Look at Frice! Taking a torpedo right there. Ouch.
Yep. Takes a vampire torpedo in the bow. Daring will be able to heal some of that back, but not all.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. You'd think that he'd have his hydro going if he's going to go deep like that, but
it is
regardless,
generally hard to torpedo with Daring, but Boom
Mhm.
Diata's vampire pulls it off right there.
That's right. The difference, though, is that BONKS had nothing to follow it up with. They couldn't radar to spot him, any of that kind of stuff.
Dyer's moving up. Boom Diata's got Marceau torpedoes coming in from astern. They're chipping away at Elgar as BONKS is getting close to 900 points. If you're 07, you really don't want to let them back onto B. You don't want to let them pick that cap up again.
Ace Baby now getting farmed in the Moskva.
I won't say that you can't afford to let them have it again, but you certainly don't want it to happen.
Boom Diata detected again. Another radar from Elgar. This might prove fatal. More 07 assets are ready to go.
Boom Diata is going to have to pull out of B.
Remember, he does not have a heal. Vampire 2 does not have a heal.
Nope. Vampire cannot heal back any of that health. Boom continuing to run south, burning and dodging. Down under 600 HP.
And burning. There it is.
But they get him. That's a huge, huge kill for 07. That gives them some breathing room. Still down 150 points and gaining. 8 minutes to play. Now, Dyer and Nagato are leaving, Zath. You see this? They're leaving the B cap. It feels like they've decided they're going to try and win on kills, maybe? And they're going to, I mean, is it, you think they're going to get Peyton? I don't know. Peyton just punished Tester. Just punched him in the nose.
I mean, that makes no sense to me. I think if they're gonna try to find a way back in the game, it's to go back to C at this point, not to run to A. But
well, it would seem
they chose.
It would seem that BONKS disagrees with you. They seem content to try to farm out Peyton and try to win on just the one cap. But I think they're going to lose Tester before this happens. Yeah.
Oh,
there it goes.
Shikishima.
Yep.
From
Baron
downtown.
Shikishima from across the map. What is that? It's about
31 kilometers.
31 kilometers and change, ladies and gentlemen.
That's an in-flight meal and a movie.
Indeed. It's not quite a lead change for 07, but we are seconds away from that lead change. Yeah, I feel like they should have stayed at B. I really do.
Yeah, there's no pressure there now.
And Drixus and Doofy are so far south, they can't really do much. They can't really impact the cap circles.
No, I mean, they're doing what they're supposed to be doing, right? They're trying to slow down and the enemy's push. But to what your comment was, usually when you kite away, you want to kite in the opposite direction. So the Goliath should really be at J10 right now. With him moving that way, and Peyton does go down, but with the Ohio and Goliath both moving westward right now, that just allows pretty much all of 07 just hit W and just wheel right around without any fear of showing side, taking random torps, any of that kind of stuff.
Now, as uncomfortable as this is, BONKS is about to cross 900 points. 6 minutes to play. They only have the one kill, but they had such a cap advantage for so long, they can still theoretically win. Now, I don't know if they can win on a single cap. That I'm hesitant to say. But if they can bag an extra kill, they can bag one more kill, I think it's very realistic. I'm just not sure where that kill is going to come from. There aren't any obvious 07 targets.
They absolutely need that insurance. And here's where, going back to what you were talking about, the Hargumo Ragnar leaving B, is so important, because had they stayed there, they could support Drixus as Ohio.
Well, Drix is turning into the Shikishima salvo. This
I
could
mean,
be
that will hurt.
catastrophic. It's not.
And
Most of it
it's
falls short.
wow.
Elgar puts the Moskva radar up. They want to know where the radar. They want to know where the destroyers are. They find Addy. Our
Yep.
Hulk's Conqueror is also getting quite low. 40 points between these two teams. 5 minutes to play. BONKS trying to squeeze out a win here. 07 determined not to let that happen. Man, is this
Yep.
close.
It's very close. Our Hulk is looking at B. It seems like BONKS has decided we need a kill, and we're gonna have to fish for it at B somehow.
Less than
Eddie's,
well, right at 20 points now.
Eddie's still being shot at. There he goes. Now he's off.
They can see Elgar. That's an AP salvo out of Hulk's stern turrets. They put a torpedo into Elgar and a few more shells. Here comes more AP. 07's about to catch them. We're going to tie up around 970 points or so. The next kill will end this game, Zath. It's literally that close.
That's going to be dire. It's going to be dire.
You think so?
Dire's. Oh yeah, he just took Moskva hits from all the way back in Delta 1.
He's incredibly low. Look at this.
Yeah, yep. He's going down, guys.
I don't know. No, Zath, look at Elgar. Look at Elgar, Zath.
I see it, but it's not enough.
It's dire. It is dire. Elgar on 1,400 HP, but dire goes out first, and that is the game. Literally that close.
That's correct.
07 claims game 2 for a 2-0 lead here in this NA finals now. Really is on. BONKS played an amazing game there, Zath. I mean, you had like one, I won't say obvious mistake, but you had a mistake there losing Vivi's Ragnar early. After that, they played very clean, very tight, lots of cap control points for them, but eventually just not really able to kind of overcome the health advantage that 07 had after that.
That's right. That's right. It just felt like this game was close in some ways and not so in the other. It felt like 07 just you felt the confidence behind 07 and everything that they were doing with their plays, with their positioning. That one point when they had when BONKS had all 3 caps and 07's like, that's fine, that's okay, like
they got at that point of the map. It's you can afford to buy a little bit of time, but if you wait too long, it becomes too late to make a difference, right? So yeah, we'll head back to the studio here. We'll bring Boggsy and Ascance in for their thoughts. But